So lately I've been doing a lot of heads up about dollar store finds, and I've gotten other gear from the dollar store throughout the years, and I've actually made a complete good survival kit with the basics in it out of all just dollar store gear. Although I needed a cutting tool, so I got a knife and also a folding saw from the dollar store today. And I also found some paracord. So I'm going to show those to you. I'm not sure. The knife, of course, I've got to test it out here and such, but it's dollar store quality. But it looks fairly decent and should be able to do what I need it to do. The saw, we're going to check that out as well. But the paracord is actually paracord. For $1.25, you can get 18 feet. Which 18 feet with some bank line can do a lot for many purposes out here. Now I've seen this bright yellow and they also had orange, but I decided to get this because you can see it very well. And there's 18 feet, like I said, and it is actual real paracord. So for $1.25 you can get 18 feet. 18 feet can do a lot out here. So I thought for the price, I had to get that. I can add that to my kit as well. This here is the saw. So folding saw, locks in place really well. Feels sharp. I've had similar to this, and I found that when you start sawing, it starts to bind. We're going to check this one out and see if it actually works well. That's one of the things I want to do today. And now I'm going to show you the knife that I chose. And we're going to just play around with that a little bit as well and see if it would do the task we need to get us by for a day or two in the woods. This here is what I chose. It's a kitchen knife. Now, this had a clip here. I've just put some bank line in here to hold it. So this is my sheath. Now this is a 7-inch blade. It is 5CR15 MOV stainless steel. It's rather thick. It's almost an eighth thick. And it feels like it has a sharpened spine as well. If not, I could touch that up to scrape ferro rod. But it has nice handle. It is actually full tang. So I should be able to split down some smaller pieces of wood to make kindling if I needed to. But I'm going to just check it out. Feels good in the hand. Nice, nice weight to it. Be a light chopper. It's not that bad actually. I looked through the knives and such, and this one actually seems pretty good. So we're going to give it some tests and see if it would handle the task that we would need it to do out here if you're stranded for a day or two. Make short work of these small limbs here, thumb size. Let's see if we can get something a little bigger. This here is also full of fat wood. This here is all dead, this limb. I'm going to try to saw this off. Yeah, that's working pretty decent. It doesn't go as smooth as, my Baco, but as you've seen, it's still sawed. And for $4, wow, it's actually pretty decent. And this here is a good 1.5 inches across. So yeah, might be pretty decent. It's $4. You could add that for your kit for sure. It's gonna help in a lot of situations if you're gathering firewood. If you gotta cut a nice even cut for some reason, these here can be invaluable. There's the knife there. As you see, it's about 1/8 of an inch. It's got a resin type handle with pins through it, and it is full tang. Now, I'm thinking I should be able to 2-inch pieces of straight branches and such. I should be able to baton them to get into dry wood, make kindling. But as for carving, this thing works pretty sweet. I can take big bites. I can actually, nice fine feathers as well. It's pretty decent actually for working with this wood. So I'm going to just cut a piece with the saw to what I normally would use for batoning and see how it batons. This is not meant for batoning, of course, but if I had to, would this work? Better to get a better knife, a Bushcraft survival knife. But if this one does the trick, it may get you by, but it's also one of those things that you may want to put more money into, your cutting tools. Now the rest of the gear, I've been using for years, most of it, and the other stuff that I have gotten recently as such, it's been proven. So it's been a very good kit. The only thing is, like I said, is the cutting tools, which I'm testing now. Most times you're not going to need to baton, but if everything's wet out here, sometimes you need to baton to get into that inner dry wood. So we'll see how this does here. Well, that's going through. And that's not going through easy, so it's a pretty sturdy piece of wood. But you can see that it's going through. So that's a good thing. If I needed it to, it can hold up to some batoning. Now the straighter the wood, the better, and the drier. This here is pretty dry. But can we do a feather stick? Let's see. Get into a nice spot here. You can make some nice fine curls. So those two pieces of cutting tool and the paracord, I think is going to add great to my survival kit, because the knife, it will do the things I need. You know, you don't know how long it will last. It may last years. I know a butcher knife that's been around for years and people still use it today because it makes a good tool. Now the saw, it works okay. It's a $4 saw and it works okay. It's better than nothing for sure. So next video I'm going to show a complete kit that is actually a good survival kit, because everything in here, like I said, does work. It has worked. The only thing I needed to test was the saw and knife, and I see that I would be careful with it out there if I needed it, but it can do a lot for me. So thanks for watching. Take care, and all the best.